everyone was writing stories about how SRT was dead, SRT was gone. This is still in us, this is exactly what we do, and we're gonna prove it to you. There's no way we were gonna go quiet on this and let this era end quietly. We wanted to go out with a bang.
I know by now everybody has seen the news of Chevy dropping the 1,000 plus 1,600 and not 600. Jesus, can you imagine that? Lord Jesus. But the 1,000 horsepower plus ZR1, which is incredible. I almost feel bad for Dodge because, Dodge kind of was trying to go out with a bang with these last call editions and the Demon 170. And here comes Chevy, 2025, basically slapping them across the face with the dick and just like, all right, bet. Y'all can do that. We can do it too, but better. And it's funny because, Mustang dropped their new 2024s, 2025s or whatever. And then, Dodge had their thing, and now Corvette is basically pretty much putting everybody to shame. And it's I don't even know what to think of it. It's just comical to me. You know what I'm saying? Like, Dodge is really like out of the race right now. And it's like, you go from being one of the most profitable car brands like in history the last 10 years, producing these Hemi V8 engines that everybody's, driving, not only car enthusiasts, but, people with families, even thieves, to pretty much now you're like a fart in the wind. You know what I'm saying? And like Chevy is, I'm just going to say Chevy's the GOAT for this, man. Like, it's like a never ending, I don't even know what you want to call it, but this whole spill with this new Corvette, man, I think it's gonna be freaking badass. The only difference though between what Dodge dropped, the i70, not the i70, what the hell am I talking about? The Demon 170 and the Corvette is two different things. The Demon 170 is basically a drag car. We all know this. If you own one, you know that. You can't really take that thing to an actual racetrack and race that thing. I don't think you're going to be able to hit those turns and corners, as professional as the ZR1 and the Corvette. The Corvette is specifically made for the track. I'm sure you can drag it too and, do whatever, it is that you want to do. But let's just face it. You got the ZR1, and then you've got the Demon 170. And I'm sure there's going to be videos out there soon when, people are going to be dragging those cars together. And the only thing that you're not going to see is a Demon 170 on the racetrack. For that reason is because we all know for some reason Dodge cars can't take turns like that. The Hemi V8 can't take turns like that. And we've all seen it in these police chase videos where, some of them do get away. Some of them, know how to drive their Scat Packs, their Hellcats or whatever, but they're always sliding. So there's no traction. And that's going to bring me to my next point about tires, which to me doesn't make sense. But then again, it is what it is, to each their own. But I'm really not mad at Chevy with the ZR1, man. Like, I've never really been a big Corvette fan, but recently in these newer models, they do look like, like supercars. So it's kind of like, damn, that's a nice looking car right there. You know what I'm saying? Like, especially with that mid-engine. And this one doesn't even have a supercharger. It has a freaking turbo in it. Like, a freaking turbo. So that is also another reason why I don't know if I'm going to go with a supercharger on my SRT 8, is because a turbo, and if anybody knows, really about engines and stuff like that, the more airflow you have that goes through your freaking engine, your block or whatever, the more horsepower you're going to get. It's just basically breathing air. That's it. Supercharger, yeah, you can get that whine, you can get some power and stuff like that, but those turbos are really going to turn out the most horsepower, in my opinion. Now, give or take, you know what I'm saying? Like, yes, in some and no in some, but at the same time, turbos to me they just produce more power. And I actually like the turbo noise better than the supercharger one. To me, and I don't care if I get hate for this or not, but to me, like, when I hear that whatever the hell that noise is, to me it sounds annoying in a way, for one, and two, like, I've heard, Hellcats and stuff like that with the supercharger. I've heard Mustangs with a supercharger, and just that one noise sounds like the car is broken or something's wrong. I mean, I don't know, you know what I'm saying? Like, y'all let me know what you think, but that's just me. That turbo noise, oh, I can listen to that all day. Especially with that blow-off valve and just the overall, I like the way it sounds. Like, it sounds cool to me versus that supercharger one. Kudos to Chevy. I feel like what they did is definitely going to be one for the history books. Now, with that being said, though, everybody's wondering, will Dodge come out with another V8? We don't know. I don't know. There's been speculation, people talking about this election and stuff, and I'm not political. I'm not going to make this a political debate or anything like that, but I don't even think, even if, we'll say if Trump made office or whatever, and he reversed that mandate for all EV cars by, 2030, I still don't even think Dodge is going to make anything. That's just my opinion. If anything, I mean, Dodge is falling off the map quick. Like, man, they sinking quick. But anyway, so to get back into the video and basically what I wanted to talk about, going back to, the ZR1 being a track car and the Demon i70 Scat Pack RT being, to me, I feel like those are kind of like drag cars, in my opinion, because of the drivetrain for one, and two, they're always getting sideways. I mean, I have my SRT 8. Granted, my car has the, the rebuilt 6.1, and it's got a performance chip in it. And I can tell you right now, I don't really be hitting on my car like that. Sometimes I will get in it and I have some fun, but it does get sideways. So the new setup that I'm actually going to have as far as the wheels, and this is what kind of confuses me with a lot of people who actually get new tires for their Charger, their Scat Pack, Hellcat, whatever it is. I'm going with 295 in the front, 35 R19s. I went down one size for one specific reason, and that is because the 20-inch rims on a freaking Charger are too damn big. If that is a performance car, I just think 20-inch rims are too big. I mean, 18, 19 at best. I've even seen some with 21s. I've seen some with 22s. I've seen some with 24s. Like, I don't understand that. You know what I mean? And maybe it's just a look. Maybe it's just, for show, whatever. But I'll be seeing some people trying to get sideways, and they've got bigger rims, and it doesn't make any sense to me. So, of course, this is my build. This is my project. This is what I'm going to do. But I am running 19s in the front at 295. Now, I want to say it's the Hellcat. I think it's the Hellcat or the Jailbreak or whatever. Or maybe it's not. Maybe I'm tripping. But I've seen videos where people are putting 305s, 315s, 325 squared, and it's like, to me, it doesn't make sense. There's not that many. I'd probably say maybe 1%, maybe 1 or 2% all-wheel drive Chargers. I could be wrong, that have the Hemi block. And if they do have them, of course, it was basically a build of somebody else's that made it all-wheel drive. Now, if your car is rear wheel drive, listen to me when I say this, rear wheel drive, that means you're spinning in the back, right? You're not spinning in the front. And it is not four-wheel drive. What is the point of doing a 315 in the front and 315 in the rear? What are you gripping? Not a damn thing. So if you've ever seen, and I'm sure some of y'all have been to the race, to the drag strip, whatever, you'll see that there's a skinnier tire in the front and there's a fatter tire in the back for rear I can't even say it, rear wheel drive cars. So I've watched several videos. I've watched a lot of videos, and I just got to scratch my head like, so what difference does that make to put a 305 or 315 in the front and 315 in the back, but your car's only pulling from the back and it's not pulling from all four corners? You're not gripping anything. You're still going to slide. It's just a waste of money at that point. You know what I'm saying? So I originally was not going to go with a 295, but the wider wheel, and that could also be it too. Somebody buying wider wheels, they want to be able to cover their tire or cover their rim up with the tire. I get that point too. But some of those people who are out here racing these cars and, doing all kinds of craziness, like, it doesn't make sense to me at all to put a 315 in the front and your car is rear wheel drive. Like, it doesn't make sense to me. But I could be wrong. I don't know. I'm sure somebody let me know in the comments, but to me, it just doesn't make any sense. It's just logic. But I did get my front setup, wheels in, my front wide body kit is in. I actually had to go and reorder the rest of the kit for the SRT 8. Now, I'm not sure when it's going to get here. I need to check my tracking. It said I was supposed to get it on the 26th, and here we are the 28th, and I haven't received it yet. So I'm definitely getting a refund from the last place. Now, I'm actually going to post this company because, 5 months, almost 5 months, man, and we never got that. We never got that order, and me getting a message saying it's been discontinued, and there's basically no follow-up from this company. Like, if I were y'all, man, I wouldn't even use them. I'm going to definitely post them in this video so y'all can see who this company is. Now, some of y'all may have ordered some stuff from them in the past. Some people may have gotten some things and may have never gotten an issue out of them, but as a business owner, as a company, like I said, after 2 months and there's no notes in the system, there's no follow-up, there's no phone call, there's no customer service, calling you saying, hey, this is what's going on, this is the issue, we can refund you back this money if you want, or you can wait, or we can try to help you out and find something, or find it from another vendor somewhere, and we'll take the extra charge on the back end. Hey, that would have been cool with me, but none of that. It was none of that. The same thing with when I went to go get my SRT8 rebuilt, and I was the one calling them to follow up to see what was going on and what was taking so long and what the issues was and whatever. You know what I'm saying? Like, if you're going to run a business, run that business, man. You know what I'm saying? Like, I don't understand. I just don't understand it. There's nobody that busy. I don't care. I don't care if you got 20 jobs. Ain't nobody that busy in the world to where they can't just stop, pick up the phone and be like, hey, okay, let's go ahead and call some of these customers to know what's going on, blah, 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 just to give them a follow-up. But, enough of ending there. But the 2 tires are in. Excuse me. I'm going to post them in the video so you guys can see what they look like. These tires look pretty badass, man. I'm really liking the traction on these. Like, I got a pretty good deal on these tires too, man. But that traction is something else. And the actual tread. I'm trying to think what else we got coming. I know I talked about the wide body kit. So I will be retinting my SRT8 windows. I'm actually debating because there's a shop that I do want to take my car to see about wrapping the car, but I'm not entirely sure if I want to wrap it. I'm still undecided right now, but I don't know. We'll see. But there's definitely a lot of things coming for the SRT8 build. I'm really excited to basically show you guys what's going on and basically everything that I have put into this car so far and how much money I've spent into this car. I've probably put in almost close, I want to say close to almost 35, 40 grand so far. And, you know, buying the car was not that expensive. It was about 12 grand, and then basically rebuilding the block. So that added over another 10,500 on top of the 12,500 I paid for that car. So you do the math there. What is that? 10.5, 12.5. What is that, like 23? And then you want to talk about the suspension, getting the engine flushed and all that kind of stuff, all the components cleaned up, some of the rods replaced, new radio install, sound system. What else? Thermostat. The new actuator switch that actually I had to replace inside the SRT. I actually did that myself, where the actual actuator actually broke, and I actually had to take everything apart from the front. I didn't film it. This was, you know, before I started filming the SRT8 build, and I basically replaced all that. I should have did a video on it, because that's actually a known common issue with some of the SRT8s, and if you're having that problem, you're having that issue, you can hit me up and I can tell you how to fix it. It's really easy, and you know, it's going to save you a ton of money. That one piece is like $40, and it's like this big. That big. It's small. But you take it to a shop, they're going to charge you an arm and a leg to put it in. But it's really simple. All it is just a few bolts and screws, and then basically install, and then, you know, you're going about it that way. But I just want to give y'all a quick update what's going on with the SRT8. I want to talk about the ZR1, this mass-produced history of a car. And I'm sitting here laughing. Like I said, like it's all it is right now is power wars between Dodge, Mustang, and between Mustang and Chevy. Now, if Dodge comes out with something for 2025 to kind of combat with what's going on with Chevy and Mustang, which I doubt they are, then this is definitely going to be interesting, guys. I'm definitely going to be interesting. We all know this. But that's going to be it for today's video. See you on the next one. See you when I see you. Peace.